Okay, so today was pretty amazing. All we did was go to get a blood drawn from for my son from the clinic today. So we went to the doctor's appointment. We're just waiting. Well, because I booked the appointment at 1 o'clock, which was anyway. They had to wait for them to get back from lunch and everything. So I'm gonna make sure I do it before or after when they're doing their lunch thing. But it was all no, because it was all divine timing anyway. But it's just my practical Capricorn nature. But so that's what I was thinking. While when I first got up to the desk, I was thinking, oh, I should have done it at another time. Blah blah blah. But then as things started to unfold, you know, you get reminded of divine timing, of course. We have to allow for that because there's magic there. So, oh my God. So, okay. So many synchronicities. Just like, first of all, right off the bat, my driver, because the Medi-Cal provides a taxi service, which is awesome. So, her name was Anna. Okay, Anna. That's my name, my middle name, but the name I go by. So Anna, okay, and they have like rainbow all over their cars, their taxis, but there's one in particular that had the whole thing is that I don't think it's rainbow in order like red, orange, yellow like that, but beautiful, colorful. Okay, and then my son's rainbow. So okay, so her Anna first of all, okay, right off the bat. And then when we were in line, there was a lady in front of me, and I overheard her say that her name was Evelyn. Lynn is my mother's middle name. But Evelyn, okay, that's a form of Yvonne and Eva and Evo and all. Okay, they're all forms of John. There's a million of them. You can go research them for yourself if you're so inclined, but... and I've told this many times before. My son has a Zoshim, Joaquin. Okay, Anna is the feminine version of John. Okay, and it all means grace. So first, okay, so Anna. Then there's Evelyn. Okay, so there's my twin's name, and then we weren't gonna sit in the little room where they were playing a movie, but I saw it was Jungle Book. I'm like, okay, yeah, let's go watch it. Okay. So, and if we didn't sit in there, we probably wouldn't have had this conversation with this grandmother was there with her granddaughter. And okay, so the little girl, we're talking, of course, and so she's 3. Okay, she's 3 years old. So there's 3. Okay, and I'll get to the Jungle Book, the part that I was watching. Oh gosh. Okay, so she's 3, and guess what her frickin' name is? Grace. And her birthday. Oh my God. I'm sorry. I'm just like, I'm loving today. Okay. I had a good cry last night too. So I've been saying a lot of prayers for people too that need it. And an awesome synchronicity with the viewer. Okay. So she's 3. Okay. The Trinity. Her name is Grace. Okay, that's what John and Anna mean. And my twin flame said if he ever had a daughter, he wanted to name her Grace. Okay? Then her birthday is 11/22, and 2013, the year I woke up, the year I met my twin flame. Okay? 11/22. She's 3 years old. Her name is Grace. Okay, and then I started talking to this grandmother, okay, and I started saying stuff about, I was like, oh yeah, because I'm into numerology and I do etymology and stuff like that. And she started talking, she's like, oh, that's interesting about the names, because my husband's name is John. And I don't know if my mother's higher self was coming in. That's what just came to me. Okay, because I remember she said something about sepsis, and my mom had that from some kidney or gallstone. And then the woman's name was Evelyn, which is my twin's name and my mom's middle name together, Evo and Evelyn. Okay, so it's a feminine form of Evo, which is a form of John. Okay. I I should have asked her what her name and stuff was, but okay, I was just letting things flow naturally, okay. So, then, there was also, there's murals all over, because it's Indian Health Clinic, okay, so they have the white buffalo calf woman, they have the bear medicine, they have in the little children's room there, there's two little bear cubs together, and up around, and there's a few other things like a little mama duck with some little baby ducks trailing behind. There's two raccoons. There's two baby cub bears, and then there's three chipmunks up around. So it was just the different animals. There was one that looked kind of like a lemur. It couldn't have been though, because it was like northwestern. But so anyway, three chipmunks, and then the two raccoons, the two bear cubs, and the little family of ducklings following behind the mama ducky, and then there was a mallard duck, single mallard duck on a little area by itself. So anyone who's interested in shamanic whatever, okay, so this is a Native American, clinic, so they are very much, they don't put anything out there on accident, okay. And I was feeling the energy of like the big mural that's in there. While I wait, I'm always looking at the mural, but this time I was really like, oh, you know how they have pictures sometimes of the construction of a place, and especially when they have the artists doing the murals and stuff. I was picturing all that and feeling the energy of the creation when the artists were there doing that, and it was such a good high vibe, but like nice and calming. Okay, so my mom's higher self came in, my twin flames higher self came in. Oh yeah, and then the movie. Okay, it's like I'm forgetting something. Oh, the dodecahedron. Well, the dodecagon. Okay, 12. That's also representative of Christ consciousness, and it's all over this. It's like the tree of life, the way this clinic's set up, and then this main area where they have this big sun roof. It's the dodecagon, and that's 12. Okay, and that represents Christ consciousness as well. So, on the movie Jungle Book, the specific part is when the snake comes up and is trying to hypnotize the young boy, right, and get him to trust in me. Okay, he says the same words that Jesus and God say, trust in me. That's why we have to be very discerning, wise as the serpent, okay? But is it gentle as the dove? So the snake, okay, hypnotizes the young boy. What happens is the tiger, the Bengal tiger, okay? The Bengal, pretty much all big cats, I believe, except for lions, maybe cheetahs too. They have prides or their clans, but, and that makes sense because they're out on the big, like, plains of, like, African stuff. But most other cats are wilderness, they're in the jungle, they're in the forest, so it makes sense that they walk their own path alone. And I put a video out there on my channel talking about my own story, not a story, but just kind of like, yes, we all have to walk our own path alone. We have to realize this, that we are oneness, yes. And that's one of the things that is one of the facets of oneness, is our individuality and our unique journey and path. Okay? No one can walk our feet. We have to walk our own feet. No one could even put their hands down on your feet and help you move your one foot in front of the other. You got to walk your own feet. You have to walk your own path. But we can walk our paths, together next to each other, holding hands, and still walk our own path. That's the oneness. We're still walking our own path, right? But we're side by side, arm in arm. And so the Bengal tiger is, the snake's all flustered, and right, because here's the tiger, and I forget all the characters' names. It's been a long time since I think I only saw that once as a child. Actually, I'm gonna have to find it online and watch this whole thing, because it's the story. It's the hero's journey. It's the story. It's totally archetypal. It's like Jesus, this little boy. He gets tested and tempted and all this stuff. We all go through the same path, the same journey of discovering who we are and where we come from, and what's the driving force, what makes everything go round. Love, unity, truth, it's all one. So the Bengal tiger is just kind of like laying there like nonchalant, just like, it's like the serpent is all going out of control with his fear of the tiger, but the tiger has no fear. The tiger's just has no fear of the serpent. Even though the tiger's not doing anything necessarily to the serpent, it's the serpent's own fear of the tiger that's making him go nuts, okay? And the confidence that the Bengal tiger has, that's what you get from walking your path and knowing you got to do it yourself. That's what a freaking Bengal tiger does, dude. Okay? You're a Bengal tiger. Know that. And that's the sword down at your side, like the strength card in the mini harmonious deck that I have. Your shield. Letting people, just the mirror, right? You don't react. The lion or the Bengal tiger, the tiger's just sitting there, being a mirror, calm, still, just like a mirror, not speaking anything back or hardly interacting with the snake. It's just seeing itself, and the madness of that alone is enough. So know that you're fierce as the Bengal tiger. And so does the Bengal tiger need to go? The Bengal tiger knows how fierce it is. It doesn't need to prove its fierceness. Right? It's just like God knows how. God knows all. So we don't need to worship and praise and constantly all this stuff. That's our ego stuff. God doesn't need that. It even says in the King James, do not worship any, in italics, any God. Because your Creator doesn't need your worship. Your Creator needs you to walk your path, discover this truth, which is love, the oneness, but the strength of the one individual too, as well. So, yeah, we don't have an insecure God. Our God is an awesome God. The Most High, my Creator, our Creator, is not an insecure God. Does not have an inferiority complex or feelings of inadequacy. It's perfect and whole and complete. And we are a reflection of that. Okay? We are the Bengal tiger. We're already that. But we have to go through this process, this journey, and we end up there. But because everything's all existing at once, we've already won. We are already there. So, and I'm not showing my face just because sometimes I feel like it and sometimes I don't, and I just didn't feel like it. So, but anyway, I'll leave it there. I hope that made sense. That synchronicity with Dr. Taryn Lupo, if you're watching this, you know who you are. That was freaking awesome. And that email you sent, I am going to talk about how, because the masculine and feminine, it's like, as a female or a male, it's kind of like, because I am very masculine, I did question myself as far as like, am I the runner or chaser? Even though the dynamics played out differently, like what was the emotion and the actual energetic, what did it feel like, and trying to sense where he was coming from. Maybe he was looking at it like I was the runner. So I'm going to sit down with that and my experience of it and share it from that perspective, because that's all I can do. But and then you guys can take from it what you will, because I think there are some divine feminine out there that might be wondering, and masculine too, they might, but especially the divine feminine, they're wondering, maybe they are the masculine, even though they're a heterosexual woman, and they could have even felt like they were the chaser. Okay, so I'm going to get into some things that, it all depends on, a lot of times, like if you watch twin flame readings, what side you're resonating more with, that's the energies. But remember, we both have masculine and feminine within each of us. Okay? And then when one twin is embodying more of the masculine, the other twin will naturally correspond and complement that and embody more of the feminine. Okay? To keep it balanced, regardless of gay, straight, male, female, it doesn't matter. When one twin is embodying more of one of the energies, the other one will automatically, if you guys are syncing up with each other and doing what you're supposed to be doing, okay, the other one will automatically balance that out. Okay, whether you're in the physical or not, okay, this is what's happening with, your higher selves are working to do that. Even if you're not in contact with each other, that's still what's happening. Okay? So, I love you guys. Blessings to you all and peace be upon you all. And until next time, just hang in there. Everything's gonna be alright. It will. And it is. It's already alright, right? Just like I said, we all know this. We have to remember that we know this. Okay? Alright. Love you all.